How does methamphetamine affect the lives of people that don't use the drug? What's up, you guys? My name is Nicole Pludre. I'm a person in recovery. I've been sober for 9 years, and I used to shoot a lot of motherfucking meth. I'm your resident old school tweaker. I got all the tweaker activities. I got all the information, everything you need to know about tweaking, geeking, and peeking. So buckle up your seatbelt and let's talk about some comments I got on my last video. This comment says, how does meth affect those not involved? Those that have to be exposed to the smell, maybe if it comes in their window at night. Do a video on that, please. I would be more than welcome to do a video on that. So how does methamphetamine affect people that are getting secondhand smoke? Maybe if the smoke is coming in their room. Let me just tell you this. Living in a home where people are cooking or manufacturing meth can be detrimental to your health. Even moving into a home where people have smoked, cooked, and manufactured meth, maybe you moved in after they moved out and it wasn't properly cleaned and sterilized, you can get contaminated with the methamphetamine. There are actually meth houses where methamphetamine has been manufactured that they cannot sell. Like real estate agents cannot sell these houses because of the level of contamination that has seeped into the walls, the ceiling, the carpet. People with hazmat suits have to come in and take these homes apart and clean them properly to where they can actually be sold, because people that have moved into them have reported getting sick, have went to the ER, and have actually tested positive for methamphetamine because of what was in the house. True story. Now, how does secondhand smoke affect people? I truly believe that if you are around enough secondhand smoke, that inhaling it could cause you to fail a drug test. I also believe that if you were close enough vicinity to somebody that was like blowing clouds of smoke in your face, that you could get high from it. But I do believe it would have to be quite a bit of, you would have to be inhaling quite a bit of it to get that high. Now let's talk about how methamphetamine affects loved ones, children, parents, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, moms, and dads of people that use this drug. It rips families apart. Because methamphetamine affects people mentally so much, it causes so many people to struggle with, like I was saying in some previous videos, almost like schizophrenia-like tendencies, hallucinations, auditory and visual, believing that people are after you, seeing and hearing people that are not there, thinking your family members are after you. It causes a lot of dissension and tension within families. A lot of parents and loved ones are afraid to come around their children or loved ones that are using methamphetamine because they are unpredictable. They don't know how they are going to act. Some people that use methamphetamine get violent and have tendencies to, I don't know how to say this, but doing things on impulse, okay? And so when you're impulsively doing things and nobody knows what you'll do next, it can be really, really scary, especially for people who have never used drugs before in their lives. Not to mention the countless blameless children that it affects. Children who are, living with their mothers and fathers who are under the influence of methamphetamine, who allow predators in their home to use their children. What about children who are in these meth houses where methamphetamine is being manufactured and they are getting meth in their system and getting very sick from it and having to go to the ER? Methamphetamine breaks up homes. Children are getting taken away from their parents and put into foster care by Child Protective Services, because a lot of these like treatment centers and child protective services, they don't know how to truly help people that struggle with meth addiction. So a lot of the times the answer is to take their children from them, throw them in prison, or force them into rehab, and maybe they're not even ready to try that yet. Instead of like offering multiple different avenues of recovery treatment, they're just like forced into like a one-way or the highway style treatment. And like 9 times out of 10, that never works. For me, I was very, very fortunate that when I ended up getting my son taken from me, I was high on meth and I was ready to change my life. I wanted to change, I just didn't know how. And when my best friend called CPS on me because we had a fight, my best friend who I did drugs with, she was a meth smoker too, a meth shooter. We had a fight over money, and she said, bitch, I'm calling CPS on you. And she called CPS on me, and my son got taken away from me. I had enough mental fortitude to say, okay, I've got to get help, and I put myself in treatment right away. But a lot of people are not at that place, or they just don't have the mental capacity to get it together, and they end up losing their children forever. So methamphetamine is a treacherous drug that, like I said, rips families apart, causes chaos and dissension and tension between family members, and it's heartbreaking to see it. I get so many people who reach out to me every single day because they have a loved one that's struggling with meth addiction, and they don't even know where to begin to try helping them. You know, there's so many treatments for alcoholism. There's treatment for opiate use disorder. And what I mean by treatment, I mean like medical medications to help people, right? There hasn't been anything like that yet for methamphetamine addiction. I think in the next 5 to 10 years that there will be a medication that is developed, a MAP medication for people that are addicted to stimulants. And I cannot wait for the day that that comes, because when it comes, I'm going to do all my research on it. I'm going to tell everybody about it and learn everything I can about it, because I truly believe that there needs to be something out there for people that struggle with stimulant use disorder. Stimulants, meth, cocaine, Adderall, Vyvanse, crack, 2C, all these different like offshoots of like stimulants. There needs to be a MAP medication for stimulant addiction. So I know I went a little long this time, you guys, but you know, I always try to provide as much value as I can in these videos. So I hope that this video helped you understand a little bit more how methamphetamine can affect people who don't use it. And if you have anything to add to the video, share your comments and your feedback down below. If this video helped you, please share it, like it, comment on it. And if you have any questions, let me know. All right. Remember, recovery is possible. Love y'all.